Welcome to the RaceGrooves Weekend Show. Thanks for popping in. I decided to go ahead and, the 20 pack that I did a video with, I decided to buy a second one because I'm sure you're curious just like hey, are they the same 20 cars or not? Let's check it out. That's the 20 pack I already did an unboxing on. This is a new one. I won't be going over every single car that I already did in the first pack. You'll see them at a glance. The second one, same thing. I'm just taking a couple minutes and we're just gonna check them out real quick. I don't know, are they gonna be the same exact 20 cars? I'm suspecting it's just like 10 packs or 9 packs or 20 packs, that there'll be a little bit of variety in between the packs. That's what I'm expecting. Well, there's the green Porsche. There's Bad to the Blade. Same one. I definitely remember that green Porsche. Hey, that one was not in the other pack. I remember that one for sure. That actually isn't, I think that's an older release. MR11, I think it's called. Oh, I'm glad that Dodge is in this pack. Here's a Corvette. Brand new Corvette, Summit Corvette. Hey, check it out. There you go. There's my thumbnail. So you already knew the 20 pack was different if you're paying attention to my thumbnail. There's the 2017 Holiday Racers model. I'm a big fan of the holiday cars. You're going to be 6 this year. So now we see it's Holiday Racers. 6 cars in the series. Now we know what the one is for the holiday, Christmas. And it's red. Check it out. Green base. I like that green base. And white tires. That looks fantastic for the Holiday Racers line. I look forward to see the others throughout the year. Now it's time for some fan mail. Yep, I got a little fan mail. Got something from Miles. Let's go ahead and check it out. Dear Mr. Mark Kasimoff, my name is Miles, and I love to watch your RaceGrooves channel on YouTube. My favorite car is 16 Angels, and I have it in pink. The next time you do track time, I would love to see RDO3 going down the track, please. And if you have it, please do 16 Angels too. My dad and I built many Hot Wheels tracks together, and we enjoy racing our own cars. I also like to put together my own tracks. My most creation is called Gravity Speedway. I made it up myself, and Daddy fixed it up a little bit for me. Thank you, and I'll be watching your channel for more fun shows. Thank you, Miles. Almost 5 years old. Thank you very much. Yeah, I love 16 Angels too. Can't do it for track time because I can't right now, but how about we do a little testing? How about that? My Super 6 lane is put away right now. I'm going to be doing some monster truck downhill racing, but how about this? I got my Wavy Lanes track. Well, it's not mine, it's Hot Wheels. It's a downhill racetrack. There you go, 16 Angels and RDO3. The starting lever is a little tricky. It doesn't stand straight up. The finish line indicator shows lane 1-1. That means RDO3 has 1 win. Let's go ahead and take them both back to the start, switch lanes, and try it again. And lane 3, RDO3 wins 2 in a row. How about we do one more race? I seen those stickers you had on your letter. 2 of them look like these guys. The green Twinmill 3 is a cool car. And Spinebuster, my favorite. Let's make sure everybody's straight. Gotta have a fair race. Oh! Forgot to reset the finish line. Wait. Come back here. Hey, come back here. I wasn't ready yet. I'm not a fan of this set, and that's why you don't see me use it very often. The starting lever leans to the side and is tricky to operate. It doesn't help that I'm holding a camera with the other hand. Lane 2, 16 Angels wins. You got me. That's right, it's fun to race, right? And that's why you like to race as well. And you know what? Epic track battles, that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to have 2 cars compete head-to-head on different layouts, and they could be using this layout as well. I call it the Wavy Lanes, but I think it was only called like Downhill Racetrack or something. Anyways, subscribe if you would, and I'll see you over on that channel once I get those videos going. Thank you very much. I also want to take a moment. You know what? I gave some people, I did a review of Fireball Raceway, and I gave some people a sneak peek. Well, not a sneak peek. Well, I guess it did, really. But you know what happened is I had a problem. I had some issues with my review when I did it. I didn't notice, well, you know what? Patreon supporters, they got a little behind the scenes video. So if you have the opportunity, if you're in the USA, if you go to Patreon, I have a behind the scenes perk, right? There's a level for you to support the RaceGrooves, what I do here on YouTube, and then you get little perks. I even have one just, was it behind the scenes? Yeah, that was behind the scenes. So that's one level. But look, I even have early access to where you can see videos once in a while. I let you guys on Patreon see some videos before others. Sometimes it's an off the pegs video, sometimes it's this, sometimes it's that. Anyways, thank you very much for those who join me on Patreon. I appreciate it. Now let's go ahead and talk about that Fireball Raceway. It was fun to get to review that classic track set. I've been waiting for quite some time, and now is the time, because that's another thing I can use for the epic track battles, right? And Ghost Jerker, that's possibly the most intimidating Hot Wheels track ever sold. Manny and Josh, that's just his 2 sons, in case you guys didn't know. Most of you guys know. But that's his channel, Ghost Jerker. He does downhill racing. And Manny and Josh had this when they were younger, and they were scared to get near it, LOL. Ghost Jerker. Chris said that he had to load it, then duck for cover. Yeah, you know, I had actually bought that set a long time ago because I was doing birthday parties for kids. So I tested it out, and you know what? I couldn't get the cars to go through the loop. It wasn't even working with the cars that came with the set. Who knows what the issue was back then? Couldn't tell you. That's over 10 years ago. I decided to never use it, but it was kind of neat to do it again. Reggie, he said the booster's pretty quiet. Well, it has a quad booster just like Crisscross Crash. So if you have Crisscross Crash, that's how noisy the booster is. It's very noisy. It has 4 batteries. It's very noisy. But what I do is I record the video, and then I come over here and I do the narration with my microphone. So this way I could turn down the microphone that I used when I was doing the review, and this way you get a better listening experience. I didn't used to do that with my early track time videos or my reviews, and so it got really noisy, and I've been yelling, trying to talk over the bush. Now, if I have something that I'm using boosters, I just have to film it and then do the audio later on. I gave a sneak peek recently about the next track set. As a matter of fact, in Fireball, anyways, I have another track set that I'm going to be reviewing this week, and I might be able to get away with doing the video, most of it on camera. You use audio with the lapel mic. It'll be faster for me to do it because it takes so much longer for me to have to do the narration later on. Anyways, something that in that video I showed, I have a couple Fireball sets. I have one from Japan, so I compared the Japanese box set, how they made it a little bit different here, a little there. My Japanese box set's going to stay boxed up. That's my collectible. That's the one I'm going to display if I ever get an area to display. Well, I've been working on putting stuff away, getting organized. I got to be a little more efficient with my filming because I got to get ready for epic track battles. I got to have areas to film these battles. And I found another Fireball set. Let's go ahead and take a look at that one. This one here, if you look at the artwork, if you look at Fireball, the word Fireball, that graphic style, you know, it just seems to me that that these types of sets were sold internationally, not in the USA. I could be mistaken. I'm only going with my impression, okay? It looks to be different. And this was a reissue, copyright 2006, 5 years later than the Fireball set that I used. On the bottom, you can see how the reissue is a lot more plain, a lot more simpler, a lot less words on the package, or at least it appears to be anyways. It's definitely simpler. On the right is the reissue. They didn't put anything on the left side of the package in the front. They shifted most of that over to the right side of the front of the package. On the back, on the right, hey, there's that kid again. They used the same kid for the reissue. It's fine. On the left, you can see they have the ultimate test track, that image that they were using with somebody's big layout. Are you jealous? I'm jealous. I never had that stuff. On the right, it promotes 2 of the track sets back in the day. V-drop was pretty cool. You can connect a track to the top of the door. And then it had a little ratcheting device to give your car an elevator ride to the top and let it V-drop all the way down. On the right, pterodactyl track set. Oh, I hate that set. I could never get that set to work. One side would work and the other would not. I don't know if you'll ever see me doing a review on that one. Now, when you compare the back of both of the boxes, you might notice something interesting. Hey, somebody got fired. They got a different kid. I don't know why they did that, but yeah, it's got a different kid on the back of the package. In the Fireball review, yeah, put some track sets on the side of the table over there. Let you see some huge. And we're talking about marquee Hot Wheels track sets that have been released. So I said, hey, which one? And Jack Skellington and 9 people gave a thumbs up. Do the Accelodrome, I think it is. But yeah, it's one of the sets that I will be doing coming up. As a matter of fact, I got some pallets. I got some big postal packs of track sets waiting to be reviewed. Let's check them out after this break. When I moved from the smaller warehouse into this larger unit, I just got these postal packs to fill up my track sets. These I took off the top or from somewhere else. I already did a review of Hulk Smash. This one I might do a review. Jetport. Some of the stuff for a separate video. 8 trick tracks. How many of you guys had trick tracks? I'm not sure if I could use those for epic track battles. I have a lot of trick track stuff. Those will be standalone videos. I don't think they'll work for epic track battles, but you never know. What else do I have in here? Hey, Alien Attack. I have a 5-pack for that as well. Sherpa Cyclone, that'll work for epic track battles. This was a big combo set with 5 smaller sets being combined. Another play set. Hey, look at that one. I bet people would love to have that skyline. Nope, can't have it. Hey, check it out. The only track set for the track and trains, track stars trucks. I forget what they were called. Track and trucks. I love this Hot Wheels World set because, for one, it's kind of cool. It's got a lot of roadways, but look. And post office. Yeah, I used to work for the post office, so I like having that one. Here's some vintage stuff. This might be from the late 80s, early 90s. Turbo Tube. Quickfire Crash Curve set. I actually have 2 of these. I've opened up one. I'll just use that one for the review. Convertibles. Anybody used to collect convertibles when they were younger? I'm talking to the older folks, not the kids. I have another postal pack. This one, I think it just has big box sets. Not a whole lot of variety. It's stuff that I was able to buy multiples because I was planning on using them for the parties, or if I'm using them in videos, I can make like a big layout. There you have the Super Combo Pack. It was a wall track set. I think it had like 5 different wall track sets inside. So I can make a big wall of wall tracks. And Stunt World, that's Trick Tracks, of course. Colossal Stunt World. I got some reviews to do. Yeah, I'll be getting busy doing my track set reviews and those playset reviews. Track set's good for RaceGrooves, and they'll also be used on epic track battles. And then just playsets on RaceGrooves because I want to start getting back to some of that as well. Now, Off the Pegs, I put that on a different channel. So I found some green light collectibles, dioramas, and I did an Off the Pegs video. So you can find a link down in the description below. Josh, the Ford fan, I love all these garages. I do too. You know what? After I seen that one in Pep Boys, I turned around and I went online and I bought, there's 3 different sets. STP, Golf, Texaco. That's just Series 1, and then they got 3 more coming soon. So, well, I don't know if it's coming soon. There's a Wave 2 coming. I'll probably be getting those as well. Wood Babe 203, Gizmo, nice sets and cars, enough to make some cool dioramas, thank you. Yeah, I seen that Gizmo, and I almost bought it, but there was something a little wonky with the wheel, so I passed. But I had it. I took it off the pegs. I had it, and I put it back. My friend Luis, he sent me some pictures. Man, Target, you know, he's in a Target, and you see the pegs, and you think, wow, look at all this stuff. You just hope you can find something. Unfortunately, someone stole the car right off of the package. Come on. And some people say this is adult collectors. Not adult. These are kids. Kids are taking this stuff. An adult's not going to do that. Truckin' Tuesday, I did a review of some knockoff sets. Yeah, Soma International. They're knocking off Hot Wheels and Matchbox models, plain copies. Now, I got some help in the RaceGrooves community for 3 of the models, and there's more sets. Thank you, Brandon Stevens 14. In one of the other sets, I think it was a military set, he noticed. Now, in this picture that you're looking at here, the copies are on the top, and the olive drab colors. So the military on the top are the copies, and on the bottom, you can see the Hot Wheels model Mountain Mauler and the Matchbox International Scout. Naughty, naughty. Time for my last break. We're going to talk about Toys R Us. They think their executives deserve a lot of money. I don't know about that. And Ask RaceGrooves, as well as comments from the last weekend show. Coming up next. Thank you for sticking around to the end. Hey, you know, Toys R Us, they're in financial trouble, right? So I guess they went to the toy companies and all their debtors and said, hey, let us off, whatever. I'm not part of that. Well, next thing you know, Toys R Us files bankruptcy, right? Now guess what they did? Bankrupt Toys R Us wants to pay $16 million in executive bonuses, even though Toys R Us lost $330 million just in the first half of this year. Over $300 million in the first half of this year. They've lost $1.8 billion in 5 years. Can't pay their bills, but they say they went to the bankruptcy judge and said, hey, if we meet certain targets this year, we want to be able to pay our executives because we want to incentivize them to hit those goals. How about they do their job and hit those goals first? They don't deserve no bonuses. What are you guys doing? Are you really? If I were to not be doing my job, well, not here, well, even here, if I were to not be doing my job, not only do I not deserve a bonus, maybe I don't deserve a job. Toys R Us, they want me to do free videos, help promote so they can sell stuff, right? Yeah, I think the shenanigans are almost over for Toys R Us. You deserve millions of dollars in bonuses for your executives. I don't think so. And I think a lot of people agree with me as well. And, well, now let's slow it down a little bit. Gabe Tom commented that, in the last weekend show, commented that I thought Hot Wheels was made in Thailand. Well, Mattel has several plants. They have Thailand. Most of their Matchbox is made in Thailand, but they do make some Hot Wheels in Thailand as well. Most of the Matchbox is made in Malaysia. However, you know, they apparently, I think they might have a new plant in Indonesia, but they have China too. So Hot Wheels are made in multiple countries in the world at this time, and you know that could always change. You just never know. Now, let's go ahead and talk about Mattel. Now, here's where last weekend show I talked about how Hasbro apparently has been talking to Mattel again, making overtures. Hey, how about we offer you money and we can buy Mattel? Hasbro wants to buy Mattel. These kind of talks really are not unusual, and I've talked about that. Racer Ryan 86 asks RaceGrooves, what are your thoughts on Hasbro buying Mattel and Hasbro taking control of Hot Wheels? Do you think they'll do away with licensed cars and only produce fantasy cars? And do you think they will still support the collectors or point to the Hot Wheels brand? Will they point the Hot Wheels brand to kids exclusively? Couldn't tell you what they would do. But to be honest with you, I would not be surprised if there were no collectibles and they just did the kid stuff. The collectible stuff's a little bit of a hard sell, I think. Seems to me that they may sell more of the kid stuff. I don't know. People like to spend $1 for a Hot Wheels, and that's how they want to buy is the dollar stuff. But you know, yes, some pop culture sells, and car culture is doing very well and whatnot. But I don't know what Hasbro would decide to do. And if they were to only produce fantasy cars, that'd be foolish. That'd be foolish. If they really wanted to produce fantasy cars, they could have come up with their own Hasbro cars at any time, right? So no, they're not going to take over the Hot Wheels brand and then not do licensed cars. That would not be good. I almost used the word. I can't use that word because next thing you know, YouTube might demonetize the video if I use a certain word. Insane case sin. If this happens, it'll be the worst 50th anniversary in the world. Well, if Hasbro takes over Mattel, so be it. That's the way it is, right? We're just the collectors. I am totally looking forward to enjoying what they have to offer for the 50th anniversary. Seriously. If you guys sit there and, you know, sometimes I might be sarcastic and whatnot, buy what you like, but I'm looking forward to the 50th anniversary. You think not very many people watching this video right now were born before Hot Wheels were born, right? I grew up on Hot Wheels. I was a little kid when Hot Wheels came to the market, right? When I was growing up, it was the first few years, it was Matchbox. That's the car of the time. Plus there was the little metal ones. Can't think of the name real quick. It won't be the worst. It'll be a great celebration of the 50th anniversary. I'm all right. Drifter D, if Mattel gets owned by Hasbro, I do hope they don't change anything much on the Hot Wheels car. If they do, so I hope it's a good change and not some budget cutting shenanigan. Hey, I just used that word. Maybe that's why it was in my mind. Well, we don't know. We just don't know, right? We'll see. Look, I'm all for paying more money for licensed cars, metal bases, this and that kind of stuff. I don't think Hasbro's actually going to do it, to be honest with you. And I gave a link down below where someone gave a nice educated response as to why they don't think it's going to happen. We don't know if it will or won't. I'm sure they're not going to buy it and then squander it away. If they did, I don't think they are. Sir Mugman, Mattel won't do that. Otherwise, Hasbro will just ruin Mattel. They'll just use their own line, My Little Ponies, Transformers, and put them into the Mattel line, which would be okay, but it'll be the same old thing. Plus, who will be fighting the company? As in, who has the better toys? Hasbro has My Little Ponies and Transformers, but Mattel has Hot Wheels and Barbie. So if they do buy Mattel, then I guess no more big giant companies trying to best each other. That's not necessarily true because Spin Master's coming up. Spin Master, I don't know how many billions of dollars they're worth, but Spin Master's coming up. They just paid for Monster Jam license. Apparently they got some money, right? But see, one brand that you totally left out. What about Nerf? Hasbro has Nerf. Nerf is a huge success for Hasbro. It is Hasbro, right? I do believe. I hope I didn't make a mistake. But it's good to have competition. You do have a point there to where you do want multiple companies so that they come up with ideas, and then that keeps the industry going, coming up with new ideas. Because if you wind up with only one or two big companies, some of these people who come up with, by the way, these companies, they don't all come up with their own ideas. If an inventor comes up with an idea, they pay the inventor for the idea. It's not necessarily in-house where they design this stuff, right? So I did pretty good. That was the first right that I caught myself. Hopefully I didn't say it too much. So it would stifle the industry. But if they did bring them together, I think there's enough companies to where, who knows, maybe somebody new will come up. I'm all right. We'll see what happens. Look, would it happen? It could happen. The truth is Mattel answers to shareholders. Shareholders own stock in the company, right? Maybe those shareholders will say, we're kind of done. Look, our stock is done. We can't, you guys aren't improving the company, right? Just sell us to Hasbro. And then they'll get paid their shares, whatever. They'll cash out and they'll be all right. So that could happen. Look, I had somebody ask me, and it was it was just a question. They weren't making an offer. They said, would you sell RaceGrooves for $1 million? I said, no, this is my future. Besides, I was RaceGrooves before. So my RaceGrooves channel, I would not sell it for $1 million. So I've never shared this. There you go. $1 million. I've made $1 million in 10 years on my YouTube channel. Now, if you can see that small print right there, it says from February of 2011 through 2017. That's because when you do lifetime stats, it doesn't, anyways, it's lifetime. So since like 8 years of my channel. So yeah, but you might think, whoa, RaceGrooves, why are you complaining? You say that times aren't good, blah, blah, blah. Well, that was a few years ago. Look at this chart. Yeah, we were doing really good. No. See this part? See this part right here? That's right now. Now, right now, we're earning a living. We're doing okay. But I'm no spring chicken. I still got to work. I still got things I got to do. And YouTube is my full-time employment right now. So that's why Epic Track Battles. And that's why I'm doing other things as well. And when it comes to Adpocalypse, channels getting their videos demonetized. Fume Drummer. Mark, when YouTube demonetizes a video, does that mean they still add commercials or just not pay you? Or does it mean that there aren't any ads placed on it? Loves the channel, thank you. Pardon me. So what it says unsuitable for most advertisers. The truth is hardly any ads are going to show. Hardly any ads are going to show. So it depends on the situation. But there are advertisers that don't care and they just want to be promoted. And so it doesn't mean that no ads will show. It just means it's unsuitable for most, which, to be honest with you, is almost all of them, because nobody wants to take a chance. But my channel is so family friendly, so it's ridiculous when my videos get flagged. It's like, really? I'm going to be doing Monster Jam videos coming up, and I'm sitting there, now I'm worried, what if I say certain trucks, maybe some of their names are going to be offensive and trigger YouTube to demonetize the video? I'm not looking forward to that. But to be honest with you, YouTube Red, I took a screenshot, and you can see it says manage, you have YouTube Red. That's because I was logged in. So that's why it says that. But when you go, it doesn't say that. YouTube Red, no ads show, right? I pay $10 a month. So if I watch Ghost Jerker for 3 hours, and if I watch a lot of other channels for 7 hours, Ghost Jerker would get 30% of whatever's allotted to creators. So the reason I share this with you is that if consumers were to pay $9.99 a month, or whatever it is for YouTube Red for you, you benefit because you don't see ads. You can download videos. You can close your app and it'll still play the video, still play the music, right? There's so many benefits for the consumer. That's why I love it. It's also good for the creator, because even if ads don't show, we get a portion of that money for YouTube Red. Besides, if a video is deemed that it's not safe for an advertiser. YouTube's not going to put it. That's what's causing the problem with the whole thing anyways. People were having controversial videos, and even the family channels. There's some people dressing up in Elsa and Joker and Batman. Now, it better not flag it because I just said that. But now, you know, those videos are being demonetized on YouTube because advertisers, for one, those entities, Disney and all those cartoons, they don't want their stuff being used for, that's their intellectual property. So anyways, there's lots of changes going on. Honestly, YouTube seems to be leaning on the safe side with advertisement. Yeah, because it's the advertisers' money. It's their money, right? So I understand. Take care of the advertisers. It's their money. If it was my money, I'd want to know where my money's being spent. That's for sure. YouTube seems to be deactivating ads on a lot of videos automatically. 9 out of 10 times if you dispute, you'll get the ads back. And yes, every single one I've disputed, I got ads on it eventually, right? Pretty quick, actually. Within days, depending on if it's off the pegs or RaceGrooves, right? Pretty quickly. It just means you keep them unlisted, and then when you know for sure you can publish, you publish. But like the weekend show, it's a weekend show. I can't unlist it and then wait for the green thing to say, okay, go on Wednesday. It's not the Wednesday show, it's the weekend show, even though sometimes it's Monday. Anyways, I appreciate you guys asking. As far as the ads and all that stuff, what can you do? For you, Patreon would help out me. It'd be good for you. Also, what I'm doing is epic track battles. And last note, I said it a lot this, sorry. But I did a live stream on epic track battles because Fireball, I thought it'd be good because if I'm going to use it as one of the competing events, eventually on epic track battles, I did a live stream and I gave those guys over there, they got a link to see Fireball before everybody else. I just thought it was fair because they took the time to subscribe to Epic Track Battle. Yeah, that's enough. Thank you for watching. Thanks for the conversation. Happy collecting. Bye-bye.